I do not see earthly cataclysmic events happening. There's going to be fire. It's going to be hot. So we're going to see a lot of fires in
Mm.
California, up in the Pacific Northwest this summer. Volcanic activity in earthquakes, and there's going to be more volcanic activity around that ring of fire going through Micronesia, Pacific Northwest down. There's going to be some rumblings in earthquake energy. So nervous systems will come online because this will be the next frontier of healing. A lot of us that are incarnated at this time are feeling that that urgency. It's changing. Many people will change how they define success in 2026.
Jen, it's a new year. It's 2026.
Yes, it is.
What in the world is coming next?
Oh, wow. All right. So the core theme of 2026 is about integration and truth in action. 2026, it carries a frequency of embodied truth that after years of awakening, disruption, and inner reckoning, and connecting, this is the year humanity is asked to live what it knows, not just talk about it. That people who have been avoiding their truth will feel pressure. People have been who are people who have done inner work will feel momentum. That there is very little tolerance for pretending in 2026, and we're already starting to see that, and we're only 8 days in. But the collective consciousness, so nervous systems will come online because this will be the next frontier of healing. Trauma release, somatic work, sound, frequency, and breath-based. These practices will surge forward. Empaths, sensitives, they will step into leadership roles, but often reluctantly. Their ability to read rooms and energy will become essential. Old authority structures continue to weaken, not through collapse, but through irrelevance. People will begin listening. There is a strong, I choose myself without abandoning others' energy. Many long-standing relationships, either you will recommit at a deeper level or you will end cleanly. That's really clear. Pink was very clear. Soul contracts will complete quietly, less drama with more clarity. True partnerships will form where both people are sovereign. No saviors, no projects, no fixing, we got to go to therapy. It will be like twin flame style. Chaos will fade and soul companion energy will rise. People, it will just be like this quiet alignment, but fierce. People, your work will become aligned with healing, teaching, energy, creativity, leading, stewardship, and conscious technology will expand. People, they will begin to honor their capacity, and burnout culture is going to lose its appeal. We're going to start to, like, humanity is going to start to slow down and honor their speed, their pace, right? What they can give, but what they need. And purpose will become more practical. How do I serve without losing myself? I mean, that's been really big for me. I've been kind of in the mush with that, Adrienne. Like, my service, my idea of service and being, I want to be a part of this movement of moving humanity forward. And a lot of us that are incarnated at this time are feeling that, that urgency.
Yeah.
but it's changing. Many people will change how they define success in 2026. Earth-based events will continue, but with a different tone. There's less shock and more recalibration. I do not see earthly cataclysmic events happening with, I've heard that lots of volcanic activity in earthquakes, and that where pieces of the earth are going to fall into the ocean. And I don't see that. I see that the plates are moving, they're shifting. There's going to be more volcanic activity around that ring of fire going through Micronesia, Pacific Northwest down. There's going to be some rumblings in earthquake energy down from the Pacific Northwest down California into Mexico, but nothing big, nothing. There's going to be fire. We're going to see more. It's going to be hot. So we're going to see a lot of fires in California, up in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, all over. It's just getting much warmer. And we're going to see that this summer. But I don't see big cataclysmic events that are going to break us apart so that we come back together. And I've heard reportings of that, but I don't see that. But this is just me. But there will be less shock and more recalibration as far as in our consciousness. The people will feel called to specific places, that lands will call to them. Moving will become spiritual rather than strategic. People aren't going to be moving for so much for a job as they want to be with a like-minded tribe where their soul is fed. There will become more of a stronger connection to water, because people are going to gravitate towards water. They're going to find that they want a vacation near water, or they may want to move near water, because emotional release is going to be huge in our collective consciousness in humanity. I mean, we're going to see it on a mass scale. So just pay attention to when you're visiting with someone, and just see how much water kind of comes up in the conversation. Now, spiritually, we're going to use fewer words, and it will be about more embodiment, that there's less hierarchy, and we're going to create more circles. Teachers who cannot live their teachings will quietly fall away. We're really going to see that in 2026, kind of. There's been a real movement in the spirit world. We're seeing more YouTube channels. We're seeing more people coming out. There's more expos. There's more people are gravitating towards, teachers. But we're going to see that, folks that are not living their teachings, it's going to quietly fall away. And we're going to see, a real, what's the word? Folks moving towards authenticity. Yeah. The veil will feel thinner, not because it is weakening, but because humans are strengthening in their perception. We are 2026 energetically, we are recalibrating so that we are really more in our nervous system, more in our energy body. That is why folks have been sleeping and tired. Like most of last year was a year where people were really just resting, like taking naps. So continue to do that, because humanity is upgrading, and our energy bodies, it's a collective upgrade. And so if you feel tired, if you feel sleepy, if you just want to take it easy, please do that, because we are strengthening in our perception. A lot of that stuff is falling away. And what is really important, what we really need to exist and to succeed, is it's shrinking in a way. And we are going to be more awake, more wide awake, more aware, and at choice. So a message that kept coming through when I meditated on this was that you are not here to escape this world. You are here to inhabit it consciously. So you are not here to escape. You are here to inhabit it consciously. That 2026 is not flashy. It is very real. And for many, it will be deeply revealing and relivening, if that's a word. Like it's going to, but quietly, look at what's already happened. And like we're 8 days into January as of tonight. Look at what has happened in our country. Look at what has happened. It's going to be very real, but people are quietly choosing, and that's what will continue. Does that make sense, Adrian?
Yes, very much. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's makes sense that the collective is going to have a lot to emotions to release because of what's been building so much, like over the several years. It's a lot, and everybody's holding on to that. They don't know, they probably don't realize how much is being built up in their bodies that they have to let out.
In their nervous system. I mean, I used to read a lot on politics, and I'm not doing that because it's just keeping it in our collective nervous system.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense? And we're holding on to it, and I want to be a part of how do we move through this. It's kind of like I did not feel hopeful last year. I was stunned, and I went through just a lot of emotion and did not feel at all hopeful. But now I do. And like stuff is happening, and we're going to experience some stuff in the United States. We're going to experience some stuff, but folks are just going to keep on growing. They're going to keep on moving. Yeah. And when I do readings with people, they are feeling hopeful, like surprisingly hopeful where they once didn't. And so
that means people are growing a lot from this.
Yeah.
It's helping. There's probably so many instances where people are like having spiritual awakenings just because of all these things going on. It's causing them to wake up faster and complete their soul contracts too, which is good. And if you want to learn more about that, take a soul contracts class with Jen at JenBushman.com. Don't forget, she has the whole classes on this to help you ascend out of the third dimension. So
yeah.
Just in case you didn't like it here too much, if you complete your soul contracts, you'll be able to ascend to the higher dimensions.
Yes, we out of here. That's the whole reason why we're here, guys. That's the whole reason why we are here, is to transmute our soul contract energy. And Yeah, but it is exactly this time that we have gone through in the last year, in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
When did all this really it started? 20. So it's about almost 10 years that it's done its job. And you really feel that. I feel that. I feel like we are coming full circle and it is completing.
Yeah, that combined with the increase in spiritual information and the internet and YouTube and those podcasts and how all this information is spreading, I think it's a good combination because you have all these people that are seeking relief and they're seeking, and that leads them to the spiritual path where they can find that, and then that leads them to hopefully complete their soul contracts. And I think that's another benefit of having the internet now is it's allowing so many souls to have access to this information, to not have to come back to Earth multiple times. We can just get it done now because we have all the information available and we can access it in ways that we never have been. Well, technically we could still access it without the internet using telepathy, but most people don't know about that. So we have to tell them about it using the internet, that there is telepathy and that you can channel, and all this wonderful information is out there. And I recommend everyone check out jenbushman.com to get all the information you need or anything related to what we're talking about here. So, and check out my channel too. My channel is for meditation and getting relief from stress and feeling high naturally without taking any drugs. So,
Good.
Our two ideas work together pretty well, I think. So, I'll talk more about the techniques with Jen on this podcast. So stay tuned.
Excellent.
All right.
Yes. All right.